M. Night Shyamalan is a name that always courts some sort of discussion within film circles, with his work often being portrayed as very divisive. With a career that started way back in 1992, his distinct voice has delivered some of the most memorable twists and suspenseful storytelling in modern cinema. From the groundbreaking reveal in The Sixth Sense to the unsettling paranoia of The Village, Shyamalan has made a name for himself as something of an expert when it comes to a cleverly utilised twist. That is a reputation that has diminished somewhat in the latter half of his career, with a bunch of large-scale failures looking to signal the end of his reign as a reputable director. However, alongside 2015's The Visit and 2016's Split marking what looked to be a turning point for the director, this year's latest entry into his expanding filmography looks to be another sign that he might just be back. Trap marks a major turning point for him and his work, proving to be a successful film of his that doesn't rely on the pivot of a major third act twist, offering something that feels so different, yet unmistakably Shyamalan. Set against the unexpected backdrop of a pop concert, Trap steps away from a lot of his other work's supernatural basis, diving into the tension and unpredictability of human behaviour under pressure. Starring Josh Hartnett as its central character, the film explores the complexities of his character and suspense without the need for the usual heightened elements. This shift in both tone and style not only sets Trap apart, but it solidifies it as one of my favourite films of his to date. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, and multiple rewatches later, that sentiment is still very much the same. It's not just the cleverly crafted suspense of the sharp sense of dark humour present under the film's surface, it's how he manages to keep us firmly on the edge of our seats with nothing more than the raw, untapped nature of the human psyche. If you found this video and you're looking for a deep dive on why I believe Trap to be not only the best of M. Night Shyamalan's filmography, but also one of the best of this year, then I'm pleased to tell you that you've come to the right place. But first, Future Media 13 here to say that if you do go on to enjoy this video, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future stuff that I'm doing. It really does help the channel grow, and I appreciate it a lot. And with that little plug out of the way, I'll let you get into it. Trap unfolds in the energetic atmosphere of a live concert, following Cooper, a firefighter and serial killer nicknamed the Butcher by the FBI, attending with his daughter Riley. This setting, seemingly an unlikely hideout, becomes this compelling maze of tension and deception. I was hooked instantly almost as soon as I saw this premise because it's a setting that the thriller genre has yet to really tap into. The narrative is driven by the dual force of pursuit and evasion as Cooper attempts to escape a force that has seemingly predicted his every move. Trap quickly establishes its tone, tense, unpredictable, and filled with a moral ambiguity that may not be as clear on a first watch. At the centre of the story is Cooper, a character whose duality serves as the heartbeat of the film. What I find super interesting and great about this character, besides the charming performance from Josh Hartnett, is that he isn't this regular cookie-cutter villain. On top of his deplorable second life as a ruthless serial killer, he is still a loving father and husband who hides behind this facade. His character is carefully crafted to embody the themes of deception, showing just how one can navigate between such contradictory worlds with frightening ease. The juxtaposition of a lively concert against the dark undertones of Man on the Run like this underscores the film's core thematic exploration of safety versus danger, appearance versus reality. As the concert progresses, we get this natural unravelling of Cooper's usual cool, with the ability to keep both of these lives separate, seemingly running empty. His back to the wall, his manipulative nature is put on full display, especially in scenes of complete desperation as he uses his wits to evade capture, most notably near the end of the first half of the movie, leveraging the morality of Lady Raven to orchestrate his grand escape. His manipulation also seeps into his personal life, as he attempts to maintain his family's perception of him as a normal, albeit absent father. This manipulation of reality versus perception is a recurring motif in the film, echoing its broader themes of how individuals construct facades to hide much darker truths. The narrative of Trap delves a little into the psychological toll that leading such a double life takes on Cooper, especially as tension is drawn increasingly thin. There are distinct moments of vulnerability throughout that look to peel back the layers of his usual calculated exterior, revealing just how complex the interplay between his roles as a family man and a serial killer really are. His interactions with his daughter, Riley, are particularly poignant, adding a tragic dimension to his character that humanises him just enough to make him more than a one-dimensional antagonist. I think this is something that is also portrayed excellently through the narrative. Part of that moral ambiguity that I alluded to earlier stems from the fact that, while we know Cooper to be this depraved psycho that has warranted all of the events that transpire at this concert, we also do see that familial side, that side that does genuinely love his family. We see that in scenes between him and Riley. It feels authentic, and it feels like a father figure truly trying to connect, and it just adds so much to the end product. The film becomes a tension-rife game of cat and mouse, culminating in its second half, which takes place at the family home, taking the terror of this situation to an even more recognisable and real location. It's revealed that his wife is responsible for the tip-off to his attendance at that day's concert. Cooper's realisation of this, along with all he goes through with Lady Raven, goes to pose just how fragile he truly is, yet even in the face of capture, Cooper remains defiant, using a concealed bicycle spoke to escape his confinements in the movie's final shot, leaving the audience to wonder whether or not justice will ever truly be served. Trap explores the complexities of identity, the dangers of deception, and the inescapable consequences of one's actions. Cooper's journey is emblematic of the broader narrative of how the facades we create can trap us, both literally and figuratively, leading in all ways to an inevitable downfall.
How y'all doing, my queens and kings?
Character complexity is a driving force behind the film's tension, with Cooper and Lady Raven standing out as the two compelling figures. With Cooper leading the first half and Lady Raven spearheading the second, their characters provide a layered examination of identity and morality that elevates the narrative beyond its thriller commonalities. Cooper is the film's dark horse, a man living a double life that oscillates between a loving father and a brutal serial killer. On the surface, Cooper is the quintessential everyman. He's a firefighter, a suburban dad, and a seemingly upstanding citizen. Beneath this mask, however, lies the Butcher, a calculated and emotionless predator whose crimes have evaded the law until this point. Hartnett's performance is such a great example of subtlety. He doesn't just play a dual role, he merges them, creating this character who is disturbingly believable in his normalcy, while hinting at the vaguely visible depths beneath. His polite smiles and gentle interactions with Riley are a nice way of hiding that manipulative and dangerous individual under all of it. Cooper is particularly fascinating in how he navigates all of this, using his cunning nature to infiltrate spaces that would otherwise be inaccessible to him as the Butcher. He's able to easily manipulate staff, even stealing an access card and demonstrating his strategic thinking and ability to exploit trust. At one stage his desperation to escape becomes so severe that he goes as low as to lie about a recovering illness that his daughter's going through that she never even had in the first place, and I don't know, I think that's really fucked up, man. This duality reflects the film's broader themes of hidden darkness and the deceptive nature of appearances, drawing a parallel to classic cinematic killers like Norman Bates. Cooper's descent into a more desperate and erratic behaviour reveals this layer of vulnerability that never threatens to compromise his icy composure, a testament to Hartnett's nuanced portrayal. The other side of this coin is the hero of the story, Lady Raven, portrayed by Saleka Shyamalan. Introduced as a celebrated pop star with levels of fame akin to someone like Taylor Swift or Sabrina Carpenter, her public persona exudes warmth and authenticity. Unlike many celebrity portrayals in film, she isn't depicted as self-centered. Instead, she radiates this genuine sense of kindness and consideration, both towards her fans and those around her. This is most notably shown in how instantaneous her connection with Riley appears to be. This aspect of her characterization becomes a critical counterpoint to Cooper's manipulative nature, highlighting the power of morality and integrity even under dire circumstances. Her kindness isn't a mere public relations tactic, it's a fundamental aspect of her character which becomes increasingly crucial as she faces the threat posed by Cooper. When he kidnaps her, Lady Raven's resilience and resourcefulness comes to the forefront. Far from being a passive victim, she actively seeks ways to disrupt Cooper's plans, showing a blend of courage and quick thinking. Her decision to use her social media platform to alert the world to her predicament is not only a clever survival tactic for someone in her position, but also a reflection of her inherent desire to connect and communicate, even in moments of intense danger. Lady Raven's character arc from a celebrated artist to a survivor plays a pivotal role in her own rescue, underscoring the victory of hidden strength and resilience. Her actions directly challenge Cooper's control, and in doing so, she becomes more than just a target. She is a foil to his darkness, embodying the potential for light and hope in the face of evil. Saleka's performance excellently captures this duality, infusing Lady Raven with both vulnerability and an unshakable core of resolve. She isn't just a pop star here, she is a fully realised character whose kindness and bravery shine through, making her one of the film's most compelling figures. Furthermore, the interplay between Cooper and Lady Raven encapsulates Trapp's exploration of duality and hidden truths. Their contrasting journeys underscore the film's central theme, that nothing is ever as it seems. Cooper's polished facade masks a monstrous identity, while Lady Raven's outward confidence belies her initial vulnerability. This dynamic not only drives the plot, but it also serves as a microcosm of Shyamalan's broader commentary on the deceptive nature of appearances, a recurring motif in his body of work. In Trap, these character studies are more than just psychological profiles, they are reflections of the film's thematic core, making the tension between appearance and reality not just a narrative device, but the very essence of the story. Through Hartnett and Shyamalan's performance, Cooper and Lady Raven become the embodiment of these themes, transforming a thriller into a layered exploration of identity, perception, and the human capacity for both darkness and resilience.
Has anyone seen my phone? Use your dad's phone.
Visually, Trap's first half is a clear departure from Shyamalan's more subdued, moody palettes, embracing this vibrant, high-energy aesthetic that mirrors the concert setting. The film's use of dynamic lighting, quick cuts, and immersive sound design not only captures the excitement of the live event, but it also serves to disorient both the fugitive and the audience, creating a sense of constant movement and tension. This style choice reflects Shyamalan's intent to place viewers directly in the chaos, making the audience feel like an active participant in the unfolding drama. The film's aesthetic draws inspiration from live concert cinematography, with this hyper-realistic approach that emphasises the overwhelming nature of the crowd and the spectacle. Shyamalan's direction often focuses on the juxtaposition of light and shadow, using the concert's vibrant lighting as a metaphor for the thin veil that separates safety from danger. The visual style, when paired with a pulsating soundtrack, helps to sustain the film's relentless pace and keeps the viewer on the edge of the seat from start to finish.
Save him. Catch me. Save him. Catch me. By the way, it was a great show.
Upon its release, Trap received a mixed to positive reception, with many praising Shyamalan's innovative approach to storytelling and the unique concert setting. Critics commended the film's ability to maintain suspense in such a public, high-energy environment, transforming a pop concert into a personal nightmare. Josh Hartnett's portrayal of Cooper Adams drew particular acclaim, with several reviews highlighting it as a career-defining performance, seamlessly blending charm and menace. However, not all responses were glowing. Some critics argued that the film's fast pace and focus on style came at the expense of character depth, leaving certain narrative threads feeling a little underdeveloped. Despite these criticisms though, Trap's bold premise and Shyamalan's direction were widely recognised as strengths, marking it as a more than memorable entry in his ever-growing filmography. Personally, I disagree with the notion that Trap lacks any character depth. Much of the film's depths come from subtle storytelling, layers that require careful observation rather than explicit exposition. In fact, I think the complexity of characters like Cooper and Lady Raven are one of the film's greatest strengths, because they reward viewers who are willing to dig deeper beneath the surface and discover more about their character. Some reviews also criticised the tonal shift after the concert sequence, trying to say that this second half didn't really maintain the same type of energy. I see this change as a really deliberate choice, and it's odd to me that it's not more widely recognised, because to me it reflects the escalating tension that shifts the dynamic of the narrative. To keep the frenetic pace of the concert throughout the entire film would have probably undermined the film's more grounded psychological tone. At one point we were going to have to take a step back to look at it from a more narrow lens. Look, Trap may not be perfect, I'm not here to say that. It does flirt with silliness in its final moments, but it remains this cold and refreshing thriller that showcases Shyamalan's continued evolution as a filmmaker, and I love it for that. Trap is a testament to M. Night Shyamalan's ability to evolve as a filmmaker, offering a story that departs from his signature supernatural twists, instead delving into the raw human experience. The film's exploration of identity, deception, and the fragile nature of human morality forms the core of its narrative. Josh Hartnett's portrayal of Cooper Adams provides this chilling, multifaceted antagonist, while Saleka Shyamalan's Lady Raven is a beacon of resilience and hope. Visually, Trap finds its footing in dynamic aesthetics, amplifying the tension in a way that feels fresh and exhilarating. While some may critique its pacing and character depth, I believe that Trap rewards careful observation with subtle layers of complexity waiting to be unearthed. Ultimately, like I said near the start of this video, it's a film that's remained on my mind from long after those credits rolled for the first time, and that's earned its place as one of my favourites in Shyamalan's filmography. If you're looking for a thriller that feels both grounded yet full of suspense, Trap is a must-watch. It's a film that proves Shyamalan's flair for tension is still alive and well, even without the reliance on his usual bag of twists. Because even excluding that, Trap proves that sometimes the most gripping twists are the ones hiding in plain sight.